Namaste. So I'm going to read Book 1, Chapter 8 on deciding who is to be worshipped. Om Vakratuna Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaparpani Veganam Kudamite Vasarvakaya Susham Om Ekadantaya Vidum Vakratundaya Timatanti Prachodat Om Gam 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 Tenama Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Maheshwaro Sakshat Tasmish Guru Om Yari Visakoti Shuvitya Sakshram Vasise Om Namo Namo Jagannath Japarani Mata Sasa Om Namo Namo Kare Mata Saraswati Hari Om Saraswati Om Saraswati Om Saraswati Hari Om Tatsa Hari Om Tatsa Hari Om Tatsa. The Rishi said, O highly fortunate one, a great doubt has arisen on your statement. This is ascertained by all the wise men, as written in the Vedas, Puranas, and other Sastras, that Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar, these three devas, are eternal. None is superior to them in this Brahmanda. Brahma creates all the beings, Vishnu preserves, and Maheshwar destroys all in due time. These are the causes of creation, preservation, and destruction. The Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesa, are really one form indeed, Trinity in unity, and unity in Trinity. Being endowed respectively with Sattva, Raja, and Tamagunas, they do their respective works amongst these. Again, Purushottam Adideva Jagannath Hari, the husband of Kamala, is the best, for he is capable of doing all the actions. No other than the Vishnu of unrivaled prowess is so capable. How is it then that Yoga Maya has overpowered Hari, sleep, and made him altogether senseless? O highly fortunate one, whether did then go to that extraordinary self, knowledge, and power, etc., of Hari while alive? This is our greatest doubt. So kindly advise us that this doubt be removed and our well-being be thus ensured. What is that Shakti, which you mentioned to us before, as well by whom Vishnu is conquered? Whence is she born? What is that power of that Shakti, and what is her nature? O Suvrata, explain to us these fully. How was it that Yogamaya overpowered with sleep the highest deity Bhagavan Vishnu, who is everlasting intelligence, bliss, who is the God of all, the Guru of the whole world, the creator, preserver, and destroyer, who is omnipresent and incarnate of purity and holiness and beyond Rajaguna? How was such a personage brought under the control of sleep? O Sutta, you are very intelligent and the pupil of Vyasadeva. Destroy this doubt by the sword of wisdom. Hearing this, Sutta said, O highly fortunate Munis, there is none in the three lokas who can clear this doubt. The mind-born sons of Brahma, Narada, Kapila, and other eternal sons get bewildered by these questions. What can I then say on this very difficult point? See, some persons call Bhagavan Vishnu omnipresent, the preserver of all, the best of all the devas. According to them, all this universe, moving and non-moving, is created by Vishnu. They bow down before the highest Narayan, Hirshikeshas, Janardana, Vasudeva, and worship him, whereas others worship Mahadeva Shankara, having Gauri for the other half of his body, endowed with all powers, residing in Kailash, surrounded by hosts of Bhutas that destroyed the Daksha's sacrifice, was mentioned by the Vedas as Sasis Ekara, having moon on his forehead, with 3 eyes and 5 faces, and holding trident in his hand, and known as Vrisadhaja and Kapardidi. O highly intelligent ones, there are some other persons, that know the Vedas and worship the sun every day, in the morning, midday, and in the evening with various hymns. In all the Vedas, it is stated that the worship of the sun is excellent, and they have named the high-souled sun as Paramatma, the highest deity, whereas there are other Vedavids, the knowers of the Veda, who worship the Devas, Freya, Indra, and Varuna. But the Maharishis say that as Ganga Devi, the river Ganges, though one is expressing herself by many channels, so the one Vishnu is expressing in all the Deva forms. Those who are big pundits declare perception, inference, and verbal testimony as the three modes of proofs. The Nyayic pundits add to the above three a fourth proof, which they call Upama, resemblance, similitude, and some other intelligent pundits add another fifth proof called Arthapatti, an inference from circumstances, presumption, implication. It is deduction of a matter from that which could not else be. It is assumption of a thing, not itself perceived, but necessarily implied by another, which is seen, heard, and proved, whereas the authors of the Puranas add two other, called Saksi and Atijya, thus advocating seven modes of proofs. Now, the Vedanta Sastra says that the Supreme Being, Param Brahma, the prime cause of the universe, cannot be comprehended by the above mentioned seven proofs. Therefore, first of all, adopt the reason leading to sure belief, the Buddhi, according to the words of the Vedas, and discriminate and discuss again and again, and draw your inference about Brahma. And the intelligent person should adopt what is seen by perception as self-evident, and what is inferred by the observance of good conduct. The wise persons say, and it is also stated in the Puranas, that the prime force is present in Brahma as the creative force. It is present in Hari as the preservative force, is present in Hara as the destructive force, is present in Kurma, tortoise, and in Ananta, the thousand-headed snake, as the earth supportive force, is present in fire as the burning force, is present in air as the moving force, and so is present everywhere in various manifestations of forces. In this whole universe, whoever he may be, all are incapable of any action if he be deprived of his force. What more than this? If Shiva be deprived of Kula Kundalini Shakti, he becomes a lifeless corpse. O great ascetic rishis, she is present everywhere, thus in everything in this universe, from the highest Brahma to the lowermost blade of grass, all moving and non-moving things. Verily, everything becomes quite inert if deprived of force, whether in conquering one's enemies, or in going from one place to another, or in eating. One finds oneself quite incapable if deprived of force. Thus, the omnipresent Shakti, the wise call by the name of Brahma, those who are very intelligent should always worship her in various ways and determine thoroughly the reality of her by every means. In Vishnu there is the Sattvic Shakti, then he can preserve, otherwise he is quite useless. So in Brahma there is Rajasi Shakti, and he creates, otherwise he is quite useless. In Shiva there is Tamasi Shakti, and he destroys, else he is quite useless. Thus, arguing again and again in one's mind, everyone should come to know that the highest Adya Shakti, by her by her mere will creates and preserves this universe, and it is who destroys again in time the whole Brahmanda. Moving and non-moving, no one is capable to do her respective work, be her Brahma, Vishnu, Maheswar, Indra, fire, sun, Varuna, or any other person whatsoever. Verily, all the devas perform the respective actions by the use of this Adya Shakti, that she alone is present in cause and effect, and is doing every action, and be witnessed vividly. The intelligent ones can call that Shakti twofold. One is Saguna and the other is Nirguna. The people attached to the senses and the objects worship the Saguna aspect, and those who are not so attached worship the Nirguna aspect. That conscious Shakti is the lady of the fourfold aims of life, religion, wealth, desires, and liberation. When she is worshipped according to the due rules, she awards all sorts of desires. The worldly persons, charmed by the Maya of this world, do not know her at all. Some persons know a little and charm others, whereas some stupid and dull-deaded pundits, impelled by Kali, start sects of heretics, pasandas, for the sustenance of their own bellies. O highly fortunate Munis, in no other yogas were found acts as prevalent in this Kali Yoga, based on various different opinions and altogether beyond the pale of the Vedic injunctions. Behold again, in Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesa be the supreme deities. Then why do these three devas meditate on one another, one beyond speech, beyond mind and practice, for years hard austerities? And why do they perform yajna, sacrifices, for their success in creation, preservation, and destruction? They know verily the highest supreme being, Brahmani Devi, Shakti eternal, constant, and therefore they meditate her always in their minds. Therefore, the wise men, knowing this firmly, should serve in every way the highest Shakti. O Munis, this is the subtle conclusion of all the Sastras. I have heard of this great hidden secret from Bhagavan Krishna Dvaipanayan. He heard it from Narada, and Narada heard it from his own father Brahma. Brahma heard this from Vishnu. O Munis, it is well that the wise even should not hear or think anything to the contrary from other sources. They should with their concentrated heart serve the Brahma Sanatani Shakti. It is clearly witnessed in this world that if there be any substance wherein this conscious Shakti does not exist, that becomes in it quite useless for any purpose. So know this fully, that it is the highest divine mother of the universe that is playing here, residing in every being. Thus ends the 8th chapter of the first skanda on deciding who is to be worshipped in the Mahapurana Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapani Durga Kashmashi Badatri Swaha Swadha Namaste. Om Tuya Mata Chapita Tumya, Tuya Bandusha Chasaka Tumya, Tuya Vidya Dravinam Tumya, Tuya Sarvam Mama Devati.